Howdy. Alright. Sorry about the background noise. It's ridiculously hot in the southwest. And I'm feeling kind of western today. And so the AC's going non-stop. But today I kind of wanted to talk about L'occitane. I found, actually I guess I would talk about that stuff in a sec. Well, let me see. Okay, went to L'occitane because I was asking around on some forums about, I got the Plisson brush, and this brush is amazing. I've only used it once. Super soft. I'm loving this brush, and it smells pretty good because I just used the German Street soap on it. Anyway, I was asking on some forums like if it was still available, and a lot of guys were like, "Oh, you can't get it anymore." And I was like, "Oh man, this really stinks," because I really wanted that brush. So anyway, I got the brush. I'm trying to multitask here. So anyway, I got their soap, and it's a $12 puck, or 3.5 ounce puck of soap for $12. And this is, I believe they're Cade. I think that's the only one they make. So I don't know how this soap handles, so I'm going to kind of let it soak in water for a little bit. Pretty excited to use it. But my experience at the store was pretty awesome. Yeah, my knife. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to kind of let this soak, and I've washed out this old Blue Bottle coffee tin, and I'm going to put it in. It's kind of way too big, but that's okay. So I'm just going to stick it in my bowl for a second, let that soak while I talk about that. And what I'm going to do is kind of a lather review. And a lot of guys just use one brush or two different kinds. I'm going to use all three, since I've got Imperial Badger, a Boar hairbrush, and I'll talk about this too, and I'm going to use my Plisson. So we will do all three of these. Try not to make it too long of a video, but yeah, so I'm going to let my hairbrushes actually soak for a while. Brush. Okay. So L'occitane is a French company, and they make their own line of shaving products, lotions for women, fragrances, all kinds of stuff. My experience there was pretty awesome. So anyway, going back to the forums, I was asking guys, can you get this? And I saw on their, I guess their French website, or Plisson's website, you can get this brush, but not with this handle. And you can get it for like $52 in red and blue and all kinds of other colors, and it looked cool. And then they had just all kinds of different handles. Some was like ebony, that looked real nice. It was like $100. But this brush was $56? $55, and then the soap was $12. But what's cool about going to the store is you get all kinds of samples. Like, they're all about giving out samples. So I got some aftershaves and lotions and all kinds of cool stuff. So that was pretty awesome. And what I kind of want to do, since this is a new soap, I don't know how it's going to handle. Actually going to soak kind of good. And from what I gather, I believe this is the Cade smell. It doesn't really say that it is, except online all I could find on the info was Cade essential oils is the smell. So it's, I believe, like juniper, sandalwood, rosemary, what did they call that one? bergamot. It's just a real, I don't know, it's floral, but it's a real fresh kind of smell. So anyway, I like it. And see how these brushes are doing. Pretty good. So I'm not gonna bowl lather. I think I'm just gonna simulate a hand lather on all of these. But if you do get the Plisson brush, this is the key I found out. If you want this actual Cade model, is what they call it, go to a L'Occitane store and see if they've got one. If not, see if they can call another store or find one in another area in your state that's close by, and they can ship it to you. You just kind of have to do a little bit of digging. Or probably the worst case scenario, and this is why it's really terrible, is you can get a set for 150 bucks, and I don't remember what it comes with. It's like soap and some other stuff. It comes with a cartridge razor, so if you just want the brush, that's kind of ridiculous. And if not, you can go to Plisson's actual website, and they've got a whole selection of all kinds of brushes. Has the same fibers, just different handle. So but yeah, they're not too difficult to find. I found this in my local place. Oh, totally dropped that. And it comes in this awesome box. And it smells good. Everything in that store smells awesome. So check it out. It's a cool place. They got soap and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to try, since the Badger has been soaking, hopefully this works. Totally going to need more water than that. It's just a good smell, man. And it's already loading up some good stuff. So this is the Pure Badger, my custom brush. More water. Alright. Probably loaded up pretty good. And I'm just going to do a simulated face lather on my palms. So, and the Pure Badger splays out pretty nice. Seems to have no problem. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's right away, I mean, sheeny, real creamy stuff. And I wish, sorry Douglas, I wish I did this on the Pikes Peak video, because the beach does lather awesome. But I just had some angry looking people and the weather was getting pretty bad. So anyway, yeah, check this out. I mean, this is like super shiny, super cushiony, super slick, and it smells awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. So I think that is doable. The next brush I'm going to show you is the Imperial Travel Badger brush, and I'll link to the model number, I believe, because it looks exactly like it. The only difference is it's got this Imperial logo on the bottom, and this still smells like the beach. I believe this is the Omega, and I don't remember the number. I'll post it like right somewhere over there, somewhere on the page. Here's the good news. I was in a pinch. I needed a brush for vacation, so there's a local clothing store that actually has quite a cool selection of men's products, a lot of Imperial stuff, but it was like 20 bucks, or it's like 18 to 20 bucks, depending on where you get it. Maggard Razors sells the same, it's Omega's version, doesn't have the logo on the bottom, for like $10. So yeah, I probably got ripped off, but I was in a pinch. But it comes in this cool carrying case. It's boar hair, so it does hold water quite well. Like right now it is sopping wet. You can also add this part to it if you want to extend the handle. I don't really like how it feels when I do that, so I don't do that. So it's a small handle, but it lathers awesome. It's given me so far really good face lathers. And so anyway, I'm going to load the brush. We're going to see how the boar hair does. And with this soap, I don't think we're going to have a problem. Actually, this coffee tin isn't too bad. Alright. So, palm, get it kind of wet. And the boar brush is starting to splay out nicely after it's had some time to break in. And again, it's whipping up. I mean, this is super fast. This has definitely, probably out of all my brushes, the most backbone. It's a good travel brush. Oh yeah. I mean, check this out. It's just real super fluffy, peaky stuff. And again, lots of cushion, lots of glide. I mean, super glide. I don't even think you need a pre-shave with this. And it smells just really nice. It's not overpowering, it's not super strong, it's just a nice scent. Alright, now probably, I'll tell you kind of a funny short story. So, I'm on vacation, using the boar brush, boar brush. Boar smells worse than badger. It's finally stopped smelling terrible. Sorry, I'm rinsing these brushes out. Still has kind of a, well, maybe just a little bit. A lot of backbone. Excellent brush for face lathering. Does a good job. Actually, I haven't tried bowl lathering with it, but I'm sure it does fine. So I came home, looked at this brush. I was like, man, I love this brush. It's so soft compared to this thing. And then I bought the Plisson. The brush itself, this was what amazed me. Beyond it being super soft, I mean, it's just amazingly soft. It smelled wonderful, which is a plus. I mean, it's not that big a deal brush smelling because eventually it goes away. But the softness and just the pleasantness of it, the way it comes in the package, everything about it was awesome. So, cool thing about a synthetic is they dry super fast. You don't really have to soak it. And I'm just going to load it. It's, out of all my brushes, probably I guess some guys say this brush is floppy. And I get it, because I mean the brush kind of waves around. And I've got tons of proto lather in here. It's pretty amazing. But you do have to push a little bit for it to splay out. And man, the Plisson in no time. This soap's awesome, man. I'm going to be using it tomorrow, so I might do an actual shave with it. It holds, I mean, that is a ton of soap. A ton of lather right there. And I'm enjoying just playing with this lather. I mean, this is awesome. Again, slick, shiny. So, I don't know what showing you all three brushes really is going to do, except for the fact that this soap can handle all three. So if you got a boar brush, it'll work perfect. If you got a badger brush, it'll work perfectly fine. If you've got some kind of synthetic, it will work perfectly fine. The one other thing I love about a synthetic compared to the other brushes though, is this thing dries in no time. So if you've got a way to take a bigger brush on travel, I would totally bring a synthetic, especially if you're planning on trying to shave every day. That way, you know, you'll just have a nice brush every day. You don't have to wait for it to dry or something. And the other cool thing, I mean, it's not the best looking stand, but it comes with a stand, which I thought was awesome. I mean, now I've got a place for 3 different brushes. And as you can see, nice foamy lather in the puck. And I like the soap, 12 bucks, 3.5 ounces. Pretty good sized puck. Just got to get a container. If you got like a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's or something close by, you might check to see if they got some 10s. Because the one that L'Occitane sells is like 30 bucks. So save your money and buy some soap. So anyway, yeah, I'm digging the soap. It's super cushiony. I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to use my Plisson again. I'm debating between my Pure Badger or my Plisson. I'm not sure which one I want to use tomorrow. But it will be interesting. So, hope you guys are having a good week. I will talk to you guys later. And, yeah, shave on.